aspects of salat, right? The Islamic form of prayer. Literally, what we're taught is during our day, during our weeks, during our months, during our lives, we will constantly be faced with negative stimuli, which switches on the flight and fight response and puts us under immense pressure and puts us into survival, which is not really good for our body and our ultimate health. So it is required that during the day you take actively time out and you focus your attention on the most and supreme and the absolute good, right? So instead of focusing your attention on your breath, right, you focus your attention on God, right? And more importantly, it teaches that the best time to do it is starting off early in the morning, right? When everything is quiet, when melatonin is at the highest, right? And because, research shows that when there's increased melatonin in the system, then there is decreased um, um, cortisol in the system, which is basically the chemical that produces stress, right? So Islam teaches that you begin your day with salat by focusing your mind and attention on God Almighty and trying to actively move away from those thoughts which are negative and are causing you stress and anxiety, right? And to rewire your brain by doing so. And because if you can do it early in the morning without any distraction and fully giving and investing your time into it, then it teaches you that you should be able to then reciprocate that at different intervals during the day. And this is exactly what the modern practitioners of meditation teach. They teach that, well, you should wake up early in the morning, you should give yourself ample time to meditate and focus on your breath, etc. And if you do it well enough, then you should be able to reciprocate it throughout the day. I mean, that's exactly what salat is, right? That is exactly what prayer is, or the Islamic form of prayer. Now, going one step further, right, answering, the question of, well, there's certain values and there's certain principles that you can have from, you know, other worldviews, maybe other philosophies or other religions or other, etc. Right? I mean, first and foremost, Islam acknowledges that. Islam does acknowledge that, Christianity is valid in its initial form. Judaism is valid in its initial form. Buddhism is valid in its initial form when it wasn't, distorted by man, right? And when nonsensical ideas didn't creep in. Islam also acknowledges that, there can be ideas and principles which you have come across not through the agency of religion, but purely through a secular society. And that's well and good, right? And that's most beneficial for you to take you from your instinctual and natural state into the moral paradigm and your civilized state. But one thing that Islam boldly explains is that your idea of the supreme good, right? Your idea of God, right? The only perfect understanding of God in Islam is, or the only perfect understanding of God in the world today is found in the religion of Islam.